Hey out there, welcome back to the closet with Jeff
Why do you sound like a robot?
and G.
Oh my gosh. Wow, what's wrong with you?
Nothing, it's just a long week, yo.
It has been.
It's actually been a short week.
It doesn't feel like it. Those short weeks are the longest
It's a
weeks.
long, short week.
A long, short week.
It is, bruh.
I wish we were going into another long weekend,
I wish we were too, that'd be really cool.
but we're not.
No, we are not.
Hey, question. Have you ever seen any lady or man really, driving around in their car putting on makeup?
Many, many times.
Scary, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah.
Well, it kind of is. That happened to me today. I wasn't putting on the makeup. I have put on makeup in the car before, but not when I was actually driving. Well, maybe lipstick, but I don't really need to look to put on my lipstick. But
is lipstick technically makeup?
yes. Absolutely, it's makeup.
Cool.
Okay. Anyway, I was at a stoplight, and there was a lady behind me, and I noticed she was putting on mascara in her mirror. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Gotta have that mascara, yo.
Yeah, because what's the one piece of makeup I will not leave home without having
mascara?
on? Mascara. Hands down. Yeah. So she's putting it on. I get the necessity. And we start driving off, and I'm like, well, I looked in my rearview mirror again before I pulled too far away from her, and she's still putting on her mascara as she's driving. And so another stoplight comes up, and I stop, and I see her coming behind me, and I'm knowing that she's putting on makeup while driving, and I started to freak out a little bit that she wasn't going to stop.
Right.
So much to the point she was coming so fast that I literally pulled over into the turn lane, and I didn't need to turn.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how fast she was coming on. Now, I pulled over in enough time. There was no screeching brakes or anything like that. I just foresaw?
Sure.
Foreseen?
You saw it coming, yo.
I saw it coming.
You did. You saw it coming.
Yeah. So then I go on down the road and I pull into the Kroger
Wait.
parking lot.
Was she pretty?
Well,
before the mascara?
I don't know, Jeff. I'm
kind of wanting a before and after
story. I saw
story.
as much of her as you can see as in a person in a rear view mirror.
Well, she wasn't striking, you have noticed.
When you see people in a rear view, you don't really notice them. You only notice half their face.
I know.
Okay, let's go with no, she wasn't pretty. Okay, let's just for the sake of the story.
I feel better now.
Okay.
I feel better.
Whew. Well, then I pull into the Kroger parking lot because I'm going to work because I work in the Kroger shopping center.
Right.
I don't work at Kroger, which I don't know.
You work in an area close to Kroger.
Right.
Close proximity.
Right. So I'm going down like the main row there passing Kroger, and then there's
with the speed bumps.
And then there's rows where you turn down to park.
Yeah, we know.
This lady comes out, pulls out right in front of me. I had to slam on my brakes. If I was putting on mascara,
I would hit that person.
I would have hit her because
somebody got hit on a motorcycle there the other day.
I know.
Probably same situation.
So we're going to pin it on that lady.
Well, I'm not saying it's that lady.
Same situation.
But the same situation.
Yes.
Somebody was twiddling with their phones.
Twiddling with their phones? How do you
tweeting with their phones. Twiddling, tweeting, sexting, texting.
Whatever you do on your phone.
Looking at whatever you do or reading an email.
What you do. And hit the guy on the motorcycle.
Hit a dude on a motorcycle. He was
hope
screaming.
He's okay. I know, I don't understand.
So he was alive. I don't know how long he lived.
Jeff, stop.
I'm just saying. If he's screaming, he's alive.
I need to research that and make sure everything was okay. Anyway, this lady pulls out, and she's elderly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she did not even look or anything. She just pulled out, and then she did.
They don't look.
She didn't look, and then she didn't even speed up. Well, she might not even realize she pulled out in front of me, to be honest. So that raised a question. And I'm not trying to be mean. Don't get me wrong. I love old people. You know I do. I volunteered in nursing homes. I do. But
you do love old people.
I really do.
You do.
But
most people do. But not when they're driving.
Right. Is there a certain age where they should have to take the driver's test by law, no matter if they're ailing or not? Like over the age of whatever. Let's just say 70, just to say a number. Every year over 70, you have to, on your birthday, before your whatever, you have to go take the driver's test again. The actual test, not the written test. but the actual test, and also go to your doctor and go through a series of tests to be sure you're still capable of driving. Now, maybe they do that part. Maybe maybe checkup time, you get a checkup yearly. But I think there really should be, even if you don't have anything going on, you should have to go get checked out because you're getting older. I'm getting older, and I'm 42, and I'm getting older, and I see things happening to me.
You don't look a day over 28.
Jeff, you don't have to say things like that anymore. You already got me. I'm not going anywhere.
That's true.
You don't have to baby me and pamper me and lie.
I'm not. I'm just telling you how I feel. And you know what? I think that it's the opposite. I think, like on their 70th birthday, they go down to DMV and they get a special license that says you don't have to care about anything. You don't have to give a shit. You don't have to look left or right. You don't have to stop at stop signs anymore. You've earned your 50-year driving certificate, and everybody else better be freaking looking out because
and they have to put
that's how they drive.
They have to put a label on their car that I'm over 70, so watch it. I get the right of way all the time.
All the time.
Like something on their car.
Look, it's going to be amazing to get older. I mean, I don't want to yet because it means I'm getting closer to the grave.
Shut
but
up.
Just think, you hit 70, you can do whatever you want, and people have to excuse you. You can't be rude to old people. You can freaking cut people off in stores, cut their line. You can freaking flirt with hot young chicks. You can grab ass with them. You can like get up and rub them and be creepy. And he's an old dude.
Yeah.
You know, he's just an old guy. Let him have his kicks. If they get in the kicks, they're getting their kicks. And more power to them. I've had the same thing. People just, I don't know if like time really, really slows down or that they're just,
I
they just don't have any more.
We'll find out one day, but I don't know. But I still think they should really, because it scares me. You know, my grandmother is older and she's still driving around, and it kind of freaks me out. And she's healthy, but like her mind is starting to like drift a little bit. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I took it to Instagram because, you know, I have driving pet peeves, and everybody does.
Oh, we have.
If you drive,
yes,
you have pet
absolutely.
peeves, driving pet peeves. So,
had one today.
Oh, and you tell yours, and then I'll go over the Instagram list.
Well, I was coming up Corridor G. You know, I'm cruising. I'm not speeding. I'm going like 5 miles over. Mm-hmm. And you know how there's 3 lanes coming up through there? Like coming up towards where, like if you're going to Target or whatever, but you're flying up through there. There's this truck in the middle lane, and there's a lot of traffic because it's that time of day. Right. So there's this truck in the middle lane, and I'm coming up on him, and I'm like, this dude has got to get over. Well, there's cars on my right, there's cars on my left. This dude's on 45 miles an hour.
So he's going slow in the middle
Driving
lane.
Me crazy because it's 60, I think, when you get over the bridge. And I'm like coming up on him, and he's going up that hill 45 miles an hour, not caring. And it is just driving me crazy because I can't get around him. I finally do, and I literally like get around him and then get over and cut him off and make him slow down even more because I was so rattled. And then I sped off.
So your problem was he was going slow in one of the faster lanes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go that slow, go get off on the burn and ride over there at 40 miles an hour. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I think that's illegal.
I'm getting irritated just thinking about it. And it was like, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know.
Because he wasn't even going the speed limit.
He wasn't even going the speed limit. I don't know if he had his old lady in his lap.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know what was going up in there. But he was going slow.
That's on the Instagram list. People said, and it was multiple people driving slow in a fast lane.
Drives me crazy when people go slow in a fast lane.
Some people don't view the lanes like that. They just think they're all lanes, and anybody that wants to be in them can be in them. My dad will get in the fast lane and go slower just on purpose, just to spite people.
Yeah, that's his personality, though. He's going to irritate people because he knows that it's frustrating.
He doesn't even care a bit. He doesn't drive that much anymore. Anyway, you have any others that you can think of? Because you have road rage pretty bad.
I get irritated with people not having any sense of urgency. I get really irritated at four-way stops.
Oh.
And people just sit there.
Four-way stops is one of mine. People don't.
Oh, it drives me crazy. It's like, why are you letting people go? Like, you've let 4 people go, and we're sitting here in line.
Well.
And it's like, you can't just wait for... I mean, there was a person the other day just waiting for somebody to, I guess, get out of the car and go, "You're next."
I hate that.
You're next. You can go.
Maybe that was a timid, young teen driver.
I don't care. Don't drive if you can't drive.
I agree. Well, my pet peeve with the four-way stop is quite different. Like, I don't like when people sit there and, like, let people go. But I also don't like people who go before their turn. Or that is behind somebody that just went and tries to go sneak out with them. Now, you got to wait.
That's irritating.
I hate that.
Because they think because they were there before you pulled up.
It doesn't matter.
That they were there first.
That's not how
they
it
weren't
works.
there first because they weren't at the stop sign first.
Or sometimes I think...
Waste your turn.
Sometimes I think people are just like, I'm just going to go. I mean, what are they going to... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my four-way stop pet peeve. I had something... This is kind of a pet peeve of mine. Like, when people are like, they have the right-of-way. They have the right-of-way, but they're letting people... Like, they're trying to be generous. Like, trying to be nice. Like, going... Like, I was at a green light today. Like, I was turning left, but I had to wait to see if the cars across the road were coming straight across.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they have the right-of-way if you're coming straight across the road versus somebody who's turning left.
Sure.
Well, I was turning left, and I saw they didn't have their blinker on, so I assumed they were coming straight. So I pulled up a little bit, like, towards the median, or towards the middle.
Right,
but
so you're getting ready.
I'm getting ready.
You're getting ready. You're being aggressive.
I'm being aggressive because that's how I drive. And she just, like, stopped and was, like, motioning me on to go on. I'm
that
like,
drives
no,
me crazy.
Listen,
you
lady.
You don't have a stop sign.
Just go past me so I can freaking turn.
Yeah, you don't have a stop sign person.
Oh,
they do that in a couple places.
That. So many places around here.
The
if
Riverwalk
you don't have a stop
Mall,
sign,
they
why
stop.
are you assuming? It's like an assumption that there's going to be a stop sign there, so everybody stops there.
No, there's not a stop sign.
And that's going to get you rear-ended.
Right.
Because I've almost rear-ended somebody there before. Because I'm thinking, why would you stop? There's nowhere to stop. Why would you stop? Why are we doing this? Because it's an assumed stop sign, but it's not there.
You know what drives me crazy?
What?
The like at the cross lanes exit, the long ramp that goes down.
Yeah.
And you get off, and you have the right lane that you go in, and it goes down, and it merges like, I don't know how far down that hill, but it merges into one lane.
Right.
It's 2 lanes, merges into one lane once you get down the bottom of the hill where the Wendy's is. But people stop at the top and wait to get in, and I'm like, people,
it backs
this
up
is
the ramp.
made
right.
for you to ride it all the way down to the end where the dotted line is and merge in there.
I know, and it's so weird that
it wouldn't back up down the ramp
know.
if people would just drive their cars the way it's designed to work.
It's just that it's always been like that.
So I'll never let somebody in right there, ever.
It's just an assumption that they need to get over right now.
And they just stop and put their blinker on, which is like, what's wrong with you?
Well, and
like,
that was on the list too. It said stop before merging, and well, this person said in a turning lane. So let's use cross lanes again for an example, or any road
where there's Southridge.
There's like a turn lane. So like you're going straight, and there's this middle lane that is a turn lane. People will stop, and then like move over into the turn lane instead of merging into the turn lane.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They got the yellow lines where it's got the middle section.
Yeah, where you can get
in
over
between,
and wait
where
to
you
turn.
can go over there and it keeps traffic flowing.
Yes.
They like have their butt sticking out, or they try to.
Yeah, or they stop before they actually.
Yeah.
It's like they're making a turn into the turn lane or something.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
Just flow into that turn lane.
It's crazy.
This is the complain cast tonight.
It is.
This is the complain cast.
It is. It's true. We all drive around all day long. We have places to go. We're not out on joy rides, but
you know what I love though about other people's driving?
What?
Nothing. Nothing really. If I was going to be positive for a minute, but I thought, you know what?
Well, somebody put on there on Instagram when somebody drives fast and like they're in the Fast and the Furious, and that would be me. I'm a really fast driver, and I just can't help it. We lived in a big city for 8 years, and I drove to and from, like in and out of Atlanta
really
every day, and you have to be aggressive there. There is no being.
Can't let people. You got to.
You just go. You just take it.
You got enough room for your nose in between two cars. You stick it in there and you go.
Oh, yep.
That's what she said.
You just go. So when we move back here, even though we've been back for a while, I'm just like programmed to drive that way. So I kind of drive that way, but that's just me. I'm not claiming to be a good driver. So
Me neither.
well, good, because you're not.
I'm an amazing driver. I'm not a good driver. I'm freaking amazing.
Nate said today in your car, see, Jeff drives a Suburban, in the front seat, like on the front dashboard, there's like a bar you can hold on to, and it's like if you're in a roller coaster, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You have that bar you hold on to, not a roller coaster that goes upside down, because then hopefully you have more than just that bar. But let's say the Beast, for instance, you just got that bar that you hold on to. He said, "What's this for?" And I said, "Well, it was put special in this car because your dad drives this
That's
car."
not even right.
And he said, "Wow, right?" He goes, "I love when Dad goes fast. It's fun. I get bounced all over the place." So you make me grab the Osh handle every once in a while.
Yeah.
You drive not that great. But I'm not claiming to be a good driver either. I'm just saying.
You know what, though? People ride with you and they look down at their phone the whole time, so you can't anticipate what's coming up. And then you're like, you're not driving good, but you're not looking up, so you don't know.
No, because
you're feeling all the movements, but you don't realize how bumpy like our neighborhood road is getting out. Like driving out of this neighborhood with coffee, it's like a freaking sport. It is. It's like you got to have shock arms. Like you're like balancing and bouncing and just like, here comes one. Oh, I didn't spill it all over myself today.
That is very true.
It's like blacktop this thing, and we live in a very nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
But it's like the bumpy,
the
uneven,
road coming into
like,
it. It's hard.
And we don't go fast because then we get in trouble.
Oh, because then, the neighborhood, what do we call her? Speedy lady. I've already gotten in trouble, but whatever. But no, you've always driven like that, because I've ridden with you before we had cellular devices.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
Just saying. What about the no turn signal people?
I think we've all been there a few times in our days. The no turn signal.
Yes.
There are spots where it absolutely makes me furious because you can't get out.
Right.
Unless you know somebody's turning.
Yes.
You know, like you're sitting in a parking lot, it's got heavy flow, and people don't use their turn signal, and then they turn in on you, and by the time they do that, you can't make a decision because they've already, the car behind them's already gone.
Right.
It's very frustrating.
It is very
Like
frustrating.
just, there's other people in the world other than you.
Yes.
Use your turn signal.
Well, yeah, especially, be aware. It's when you're driving, generally before you turn, if there's somebody behind you.
Some people are just dicks, though.
I guess.
And they love it.
But I hate when people make a right turn.
And I'm in that mood some days where I'm not very
but,
nice, but I usually still give in.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what?
But when you're in the right lane, you're getting ready to make a right turn, and you don't turn on your turn signal, and you abruptly stop, you're asking for it up the rear. You know what I'm saying?
They're begging for it.
They're begging for it. They're begging to be rear-ended.
They are. Which and then it's your fault. They didn't use their signal. You rear-end them. You got to keep proper distance.
Oh, like you don't do that, though.
No, I don't do that. Not if I'm irritated. I get close as I can.
Yes, you do.
I get right up in it.
You do ride people.
Sometimes.
That's mean. Well, it's not really. I can't say I've not done it.
I don't always ride people. It's just if they irritate me, I ride them. And you're like, you think that's going to help you riding them? I'm like, it makes me feel better. They can get as mad as they want. Actually, if they react at all, I'm winning.
You feel better.
If they slow their car down and flip me off, I feel like I've done something right. And I can go, okay, I can live with this situation now.
You're weird.
But if they don't acknowledge me, then I get even more heated. That's why I always do that when somebody's all over me.
Yeah.
And they're mad. I either don't acknowledge them, or I get up there and I blow them a kiss.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I like to do that, especially to big burly men that just eats them alive when you blow them a kiss.
You might get in trouble doing that one day. That big
wave
burly
at 'em.
redneck West Virginian.
Follow me down, man.
God
I'm ready to roll.
Oh, boy. You just called it out.
Let's go.
What are you going to do when he pulls his shotgun out of the back?
I'm going to crap my pants. Nobody said anything about a shotgun.
I was just I was stereotyping there. That was mean, but anyway. What about those people who play games with you that speed up, slow down, and they're doing it on purpose? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, on the highway?
Yeah.
You're stuck behind a person that's going slow.
Right.
And then you get over to go around them. and they speed up.
They're like, not today.
No, and then they're like, so you get back behind them.
Right.
And then they drop it back down. And you're like, dude, what are we doing here? Playing some kind of game? Yeah. Then I try to go around there and they speed up.
You are playing a game. That's exactly what you're doing. Have you ever done that before?
Played a game?
Yeah, with cars. Have you ever done the speed up, slow down game because somebody irritated you?
Yes. Ooh, I have a good story.
Do tell.
Because my dad always, he could be really good at playing games. I remember the one time we were in Daytona Beach and someone was being just a jerk and we were in traffic. Mm-hmm. And it was a 2-lane road and this guy was just being a prick and we couldn't do anything about it. Well, what my dad did is the guy couldn't get around him, so he boxed the guy in with the semi.
Oh boy.
And we went way past where we needed to go to. Oh yeah, we just rode for miles because that guy was stuck. Where we should have turned like a minute.
Was your mom just so
No,
mad?
it was just me and my dad.
Oh.
It was like we should have turned like in a mile when we first ran into that guy. We probably went 8 minutes down the road. And that guy was losing it. He was on his horn. And
What were you doing?
I was laughing. I was just laughing. And finally, he
That's
was like,
where you learned it. That's where you learned it.
It's like the time we were playing golf. This isn't driving.
That's okay.
We're playing golf at a very, very busy golf course. It was a nice golf course.
Uh-huh.
And these freaking jerk-offs behind us all day, they're driving into us. Okay, if you can see guys down the fairway waiting to hit their ball in because we couldn't hit our ball in because there were people still in the green.
Right.
Well, these jerk-offs behind us kept hitting into us instead of waiting until we got off the fairway. So their balls are coming plunking down.
Yeah.
And so my dad kept saying, like, for 2 or 3 holes, he was like, come on, guys, let's stop this crap. Well, finally, one hit close to us and rolled down there. And so my dad goes to the cart, gets his driver out, gets a tee, tees the ball up, and hits it back at him. And I was this is awesome.
What'd they do?
They didn't do anything. They stayed back the rest of the time. Like, I thought we were going to have to fight them.
Oh, my gosh.
But there were older people.
Savage.
But he doesn't get upset. Like, he doesn't, like, show it. That's the thing I wish I could do that he does. He was so upset and he was rattled. But he did all that calmly.
Yeah, I can't do that.
And then if the guys would have rolled up on him, like, he didn't care. He was like, he would have been like, hey, guys, what's your problem? Why are you hitting into us? Well, you know how to play the game or not, you know? But they didn't. They wouldn't even, like, before they were driving up, he's like, guys, can you just wait till we're... And they were like, yeah. Well, they didn't even drive down there while they were waiting. The rest of the day.
So it worked.
It actually worked.
Yeah.
And that's where I get it, I think.
I wish I could stay calm like that. But your dad has road rage, though, too. And I think that's what
he does have. He had very bad road. He has bad
I mean,
road
when we
rage.
were younger, I'd get in the car with him, and he would get up on people and blow his horn. And, I mean...
He refuses... If he's in the fast lane and somebody's going slow, and it's wide, there's not another car on the road anywhere, he refuses to pass them in the right lane.
Yeah.
He will flash his lights. He will blow his horn.
Yes.
He will ride them for 2 hours.
That's so
He will
funny.
not get over in the right lane. He will not lose.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. I might adopt that.
Oh, gosh. It's so stressful, though, when you're the passenger.
Yeah, it kind of is.
So, moving on. Now, this gets on my nerves, too. What about if you do let somebody over? Because it's one of those things where, you don't know. You just say, go ahead, go on. You can go ahead. And they don't give you a little friendly wave back. Those little things get under my skin.
Yeah.
Does that bother you at all? Or you just go...
Sometimes it does. It depends on the day. And I think though with auto, when you're doing something in a car nice for somebody else, it's not really out of the goodness of your heart. You're not doing it out of the goodness of your heart, so they should wave. Because if you're truly doing it out of the goodness of your heart, you don't care what you get back out of it, right? But if you're just doing it out of convenience, then you're like, come on, man, you gotta at least give me a nod.
you're doing it because you're just being nice and you're just letting the person go before. So a little thank you would be nice.
Or maybe it's better said, you guys don't have like a relationship per se other than that moment in time.
Right.
So you didn't have to do it. It's not something you needed to do for them. And you didn't do it just because you have a relationship and you like them. You did it because you're nice.
Right, so you should get a little wave.
They should give you a wave back, but and I agree. I think you should get some kind of gesture back.
You should.
That says, "Hey, thank you."
But speaking of that, this is on topic but off topic at the same time. This happened to me the other day, and I'm really tired of it happening. And it happens from the same person. And I almost stopped my car the other day because I was in a mood.
The same person?
Yes. It's an older gentleman. And I'll drive by and he'll be walking, not walking a dog or nothing. So he's not distracted by an animal or anything like that. He looks right at my car and I wave to him and he will not wave to me. Now, okay.
Is this in our neighborhood?
Yes. I don't know what it is. It's in the mornings. And one morning I was feeling a particular type of way. And I swear to you, I almost, because I don't have kids in the car with me at the mornings, I almost pulled over and been like, hey, is there a reason why you won't wave to me? Like, did you get on Facebook and see Mrs. Speedy post about me?
Oh, this guy is in your head.
On that stupid Facebook post they posted about me driving too fast. Are you like the president of the Facebook club and you're mad at me because I was speeding one day?
This dude owns you. He's
No,
so
I
in your
just
head.
wanna
Look at all
know.
this.
Why?
Look at all this going on in your head
Does
right
it not
now.
bother you if you wave to somebody and they don't wave back? I mean, on a consistent
Usually
basis.
I wave at them, and if they don't wave back, I'm like, dick. And then I don't wave at them again.
Well, I'm nice.
Don't be nice if they own you.
No,
Don't let him own you.
No, here's the thing. I want to keep waving.
Honk your horn at him and embarrass them. You got to embarrass people.
That's why I almost got out of my car and confronted him.
Right, just start honking, be like, beep, 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 beep. Hey. Like, roll your window down and be like that cheery morning person that everybody wants to murder.
Good morning.
Get you a little speaker, to hold out your window.
I want to do something because I want to keep doing it until he finally waves. Because then when he does wave one day, I will feel like I won.
But you have a problem with that. You do that everywhere. It's like the person that's a jerk in the gym that's joined and they don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
You don't let it go until you've won them over. Like,
well,
you have to win them over.
Yeah.
You have to. There's girls that are just bitchy and snooty and rude to you, and you will not let it go. They've got to be your friend.
Well, that's just like when I work for the Attorney General's office one day. That brings up a story where I am relentless like this. We were taking up money for like a baby shower. There's so many people having babies, and they put me in charge of going around to all the attorneys and asking them for money. I'm like, that's fine. And they said, well, don't even go into so and so's office. Let's just call him Jim. Don't go in Jim's office because don't even waste your time. He never ever gives money. And I'm like, okay. Got around to Jim's office. I was like, I'm just going to go in there because, what's the worst that's going to happen? This is just my personality. So I go and I was like, hi, Jim. I'm taking up donations for so-and-so's baby shower. Would you like to donate any money? And he said, I guess they didn't tell you about me, did they? And I said,
boy, I know what you did to get that money.
I said, yes, they did, but I just thought I would try for myself because I generally don't believe people. I'd like to see in my own eyes. He was like, sit down a second. And then I thought I was really in trouble because this is an attorney and he's known to be an a-hole attorney. So I sit down.
Well, that really narrows it down.
Yeah, right. He gives me some big lecture about why he doesn't donate and why it irritates him and blah, 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 all this stuff. And then at the end, he gave me $10.
For what?
For the baby shower gift, Jeff.
No funny stuff went on?
No funny stuff. I just got
sure?
freaking lecture I got a lecture by an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
But I still got, and when I went out, they were like, how did you do that? I was like, I just asked. And when he said, did they not tell you? I was like, yeah, but I don't believe people. And I think he
respected that.
He respected that, and that's why he gave the money.
That's great, Ann.
Anyway,
success.
So I really don't give up until I break people.
No, you don't.
But
it's an issue.
I'm sorry. But anyway, I just thought we would go over some driving pet peeves because those two things happened to me right in a row, and I just was feeling in a certain type of way in the car today, and I thought I would just bring it up and see what everybody else gets frustrated. And you know what? We're all the same. We all get frustrated about the same things.
Well,
so why don't we just stop doing them?
We can't stop. We won't stop. That's a rap, I think, lyric. The thing is, though, and I heard this from someone that I think it was a world-renowned. Notorious is like kind of bad, right?
Yeah, you're notorious for something. Like,
yeah,
you're known. I think it isn't more of a bad.
Like notorious for certain sex tricks.
Yeah, I think it's
like shooting people. Like you're hung up in the you're notorious because you're on the wanted poster in the post office. Is that notorious?
No, that's just wanted. Notorious is like, oh, she's notorious for being late, or
anyway,
he's notorious for having a potty mouth. Okay, sorry.
What was I saying?
I don't know.
Oh, I know what it was. World-renowned neurologist was explaining road rage, and he said, you've got to understand our natural instincts when we get in a car, we're naturally, most people are going to have, their senses are going to be heightened. Without even subconsciously, because you're in a hunk of metal that's moving quickly. You got a lot of things going on.
Right.
So you're more quick to react angrily or hostile
that makes sense.
Towards something startling you because
sure.
your mind knows there are severe consequences to a mistake in a vehicle, which that makes sense because like I'm totally cool and calm out, usually everywhere else, but I do it's heightened when I'm driving a car.
Yeah, for sure.
And two, you couple that in with almost always being in a hurry.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're mostly in a hurry.
Mostly,
we usually don't say, I'm going to give myself 30 minutes to get 8 minutes down the road.
Right.
So that I can just stroll along like the dummy in the freaking truck, wherever he was going. He must have been going home to his wife that he can't stand because he was taking his freaking time. But you know what I'm saying?
No, that's a good point.
Like,
I can buy that. Yeah. I
so
agree
there's a little science thrown into this
thanks,
podcast,
Jeffrey.
this complain cast.
I don't mean to be complaining. We're just talking about pet peeves, and I love talking about pet peeves, and we'll talk about others some other time. But it fascinates me what gets on people's nerves because it makes you feel like, okay, good, it's not just me. I'm not just a grumpy old person that gets frustrated with this stuff. So anyway. But that's that. So happy driving tomorrow, everyone.
Everybody just take a step back. Maybe pop a Xanax or...
No, don't do that.
Smoke some pot.
No, that's a little heavy.
Or I didn't say like snort some coke or like get all hyper.
CBD oil or something like that.
CBD oil.
Whatever you do, happy driving.
Don't drink and drive.
Buckle up for safety. And for God's sakes, if somebody waves to you in your neighborhood, wave back!
Unless you want to get in their head and you want to own them. And you want to have them thinking about you at 8 o'clock at night.
I might go find a
podcast.
Maybe we'll have him on this podcast.
That guy won't wave.
Maybe we will have him. I will break him. You watch. I will break him. And I will say, hey, you want to come to my closet and be in my podcast?
You'll be like, yeah, I can say hi now.
Anyway, all right. That's all I got.
All right.
All right. Bye.